guys, welcome back. Today I am in need of a quick, easy dinner because I took my 4-month-old for his shots this morning. So I thought what better day than today to film a remake of one of my most popular videos here on YouTube. I will link that in the iCards above and I'll have it in the description box. But it is definitely not a healthy recipe by any means. So if you guys have been following along, my husband and I have been eating low carb, and one of my lovely subscribers here on YouTube, Pamela, gave me the inspiration to recreate this crock-pot stuffing but to ketoize it or low carb it. So I've kind of put my notes together, I've put a recipe together. We're gonna try it out together today and see how it comes out. So it is going to have a biscuit type of stuffing made of almond flour, but if you are not doing low carb or gluten-free, you can absolutely substitute all-purpose flour for this. So let's jump right in. I'll show you guys the ingredients that you need and we'll see how this one turns out. All right, so these are the ingredients that you need for the crock-pot chicken with stuffing, the low carb version. So first and foremost, you need a crock-pot. You're gonna need some low sodium chicken broth, some heavy whipping cream. I'm choosing to use carrots today, but you can use any non-starchy vegetables, yellow onions, celery, zucchini. Another two good ones would be yellow squash or like bell peppers. But this is what we're using today. This is my kid's favorite vegetable. Chicken, you can use chicken breasts or chicken thighs. I'm using chicken thighs today. I would use about 6 chicken thighs and probably 3 to 4 chicken breasts. It just totally depends. I need 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and this is really important because it's going to help your sauce not break in the crock pot. Seasonings, I'm using the Goya Adobo seasoning. This is optional. It's not totally necessary, but this has a really good flavor on poultry. Garlic powder, 2 cloves of fresh garlic, poultry seasoning, thyme, black pepper, Himalayan pink salt, and then superfine almond flour. I just buy mine at our BJ's, which is a local wholesale club. You can probably find it at Costco for a great price, or even Walmart has it at a good price. 1 stick of unsalted butter, baking powder, 2 eggs. This is just grated cheddar cheese, and then a little bit of kosher salt, which will be going into the biscuit stuffing mixture. So those are the ingredients that you need, so let's get started. You wouldn't know he got his 4-month shots today. Best baby ever, huh? My little sous chef for the day. Alright, first things first, we are going to put together our biscuit mixture, which is going to take the place of this stuffing. So like I mentioned, we're going to be using almond flour today, and I actually prefer almond flour versus any of the other flours so far. We've used coconut, I've used like a mixed quinoa flour, wasn't a huge fan of, but almond flour is really delicious. It has a really nice nutty flavor. So we're going to add 2 cups of that to our big bowl. Then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. At this point, I just like to take a fork and kind of mash up any little bits. Make sure there's no clumps. That is the thing. I store my almond flour in the freezer because it makes it last longer, but this just helps the texture of whatever you're making. So next we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm gonna sprinkle that in. I have about 3/4 of a teaspoon of kosher salt. We're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, dried thyme, and then 1/2 teaspoon of poultry seasoning. And this is what is really gonna give it that authentic stuffing flavor. Okay, so this is our dry ingredients. The only other thing I have to add is some cracked black pepper. So add as much or as little black pepper as you would like. All right, so now we're gonna add our wet ingredients, and you do not have to mix them separately. You can add it all into one bowl. So I have 1 stick of butter that I melted. We're gonna pour that in. Get every little bit out. Somebody made a comment in one of my last videos, and they said, make sure you use a rubber scraper to get everything out of that bowl. And it made me really smile because I learned how to cook with both of my grandmothers, actually. But that is absolutely something one of them would say. So I have 2 eggs here. We're just gonna beat these and add those in. And then we're gonna just incorporate all of this together. So once this is all incorporated, we're gonna go ahead and add the last ingredient. And let me just tell you, this smells exactly like Thanksgiving stuffing. So we're gonna add some cheddar cheese. And just mix that through. And it's gonna look like a wetter biscuit dough. If you guys have ever made biscuits before, sometimes they're a little bit clumpy. And that is our biscuit mixture. So that's what your dough should look like. Like I said, it's a little bit wetter than a regular biscuit dough, but it smells delicious. All right, so for this part, we're gonna go ahead and make the creamy mixture that goes over the chicken and the vegetables. So we're gonna add 1/2 cup of our low sodium chicken broth. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. You guys can add a little bit more at the end if you want your sauce to be thicker. But go ahead and whisk this up so the cornstarch dissolves. Then we're gonna go ahead and crack in some fresh black pepper. And just a little pink Himalayan salt. So the reason for the cornstarch is so that your sauce doesn't break in the crock pot. I originally tried this recipe with sour cream and it was delicious. It just didn't look that appealing. So I tried it with heavy whipping cream and it came out perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and add, let's see, 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. You don't need that much. So this just adds a creamy element. And there you go. So there's your creamy mixture. This is what we're gonna pour over our carrots and our chicken, and this will thicken up as it cooks. So let's continue on. As for our chicken, we're gonna go ahead and add some pepper. And I'm also gonna add a little bit more of that adobo seasoning. I've talked about this in a couple of my videos, but I find it really important and it makes a big difference if you season every layer of your dish. Alright, so these are all the components of the crock-pot chicken with the keto-friendly low-carb stuffing. So we have our carrot, which I just cut up into medallion shape. These are actually my kids' favorite vegetables, so they were super excited when they found out that I was making carrots with this. But you guys can add onions, you could add bell peppers, any non-starchy vegetable, you could add zucchini, whatever strikes your fancy. We have our chicken, which is seasoned. I have 2 garlic cloves that I roughly chopped up. We have our creamy mixture, and then we have our biscuit dough. So let's put this all together and then we'll just let the crock pot go. First off, I'm gonna go ahead and add all the chicken. You can hear my little buddy in the background. And you just want them in a single layer. Next, we're gonna go ahead and add our carrots. And like I said, whatever vegetable you guys wanna use. Third, you're just gonna add your garlic cloves. These are gonna get nice and soft and just add some good flavor. We're gonna add our creamy mixture. And last but not least, we're gonna add our biscuit mixture. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a cookie scoop. And we're just gonna scoop these all over the top. We're gonna cover this up and we're gonna turn it to high. Alright guys, it has been about 4.5 hours. I turned it down to warm after the 4-hour mark because the biscuits were done, and I was just waiting for everybody to be ready for dinner. But boy, oh boy, am I glad to have this dinner ready and waiting for today. Today's been one of those days. Real life mom day. We've had multiple outfit changes with the little 4-month-old. He got his shots this morning and he's been doing pretty well, but as you mamas know, it's just not their best day. My daughter had a freak out at dance class. We had a laundry situation before dance class. It's just been one of those days. So needless to say, I'm super glad that this is all ready to go and it smells delicious. So I'll let you guys take a peek at what it looks like. Look at that. So if you guys want to make sure that your biscuits are done, all you have to do is just touch them. They feel firm and like biscuits, then they're done. But boy, oh boy, I can't wait to try this. So you can see like the carrots and they're super tender. I kind of dug around in here and the chicken is just falling apart. So I'm gonna go ahead and serve this up and we will give it a taste. Right, this is what it looks like, guys. Yeah, I can't even tell you how good this smells. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a little taste. And the chicken is just falling apart. So we'll get a carrot and then get a piece of this biscuit. Guys, it's so good. I can't even tell you. The biscuits are definitely like have a different texture because of the almond flour, but they have a really good flavor. And they're soft on the inside, but crispy on the outside. And that cheddar cheese running through it is so flavorful. And the chicken is so tender. So I hope you guys will give this one a try. Like I said, this is low carb, keto friendly, but if you wanted to make these just regular, just swap out the almond flour for all-purpose flour and you'll be totally good to go. So let me know if you guys give this a shot. Hopefully you did like this. Give it a thumbs up and we will see you in the next one. And before I forget, I promise I'll put the recipe in the description box so you guys can copy and paste, you can screenshot it. But let me know in a comment below if you guys are gonna try it, and if you do try it, I would love to hear what you think. So hope you guys are having a great day. Hopefully this makes one of your dinners a little bit easier, and we will see you in our next video.